Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Italien. He's a Japanese player, and for me this Allied side. This is the mod Bottleneck. We arrive at December 18th, 41. Slowly, the Japanese taking here more and more of the Filipino bases. Here's the enemy. Surface Raider. Still catching here one of my light cargo ships. And this was AAM. I was trying to merge with the cargo ship, but the AAM is also, I think, only 3-inch gun. But you can see I get a critical hit, so the AMC is running away. All on fire now. Some sub-hunters moving here at the west coast of California. Robo de la Maya. Nothing too critical, no impact. It is my submarine attacking here a small light cargo ship and getting rid of it with a deck gun. Good. The robot is still unsuccessful. Now, daytime engagement. And at the end, the AMC is simply a much more steady platform with bigger guns and more guns. Yeah. This is my rescue operation, trying to get all the civilians off the smaller islands, but the Japanese destroyer is hunting down my poor cargo ships. And I find here a short-range tanker I was trying to bring to Alaska. Another short tank, or small-range tanker here between Osthaven and Batavia. Also lost against the submarine. Another rescue operation intercepted. And this was, I think, a cargo convoy going for Port Moresby, but Italien is so quickly here with his destroyers that he intercept me. I have here some patrol craft and a minesweeper to guard and protect against submarines, but normally not for surface engagement. So but at the end, only the AM is really suffering terrible. Okay, this cargo ship is also heavy on fire, but the rest can maybe escape. But the destroyer is still trying to catch up, but not this time. Enemy is losing contact, but now here they are again. I'm not more far away from Port Moresby, not more many shell hits. I guess that the destroyers are also low on ammunition. It must break now. Yeah, both task force evaded combat, so the destroyers are low on ammunition. Failed torpedo attack here. Strong airstrike against the ground forces, suppressing and disrupting here my build-up of forces. This is smaller attacks against Wenzhou, not really much impact here. These airstrikes are running, yeah, on long range. You can see only half bomb load. Still 100 kilo bombs are enough to create damage. These Key 27s are still on low level strafing, so I have the opportunity to down them because they are very lightly built. And even heavy machine guns can down them. The Key 48s are flying in much higher altitude, 15,000 or 9,000. All these attacks here in China are in rough and wood terrain, so again, it's more or less fatigue and morale impact, not much really killing troops. So the AM and the cargo ship will have heavy fire are both lost, but the rest should be now at Port Moresby. And without ammunition, the ships have to return to Rabaul at least to restock. And only if there is a ammunition cargo ship. And we are first in week number 2, so or in the second week of the war. Not so sure if Italian have already set up everything at Rabaul so far. There's other small car tanker without escort is lost. The Japanese attacking here, and my 2 India regiments are simply too bad in with morale, and I was not able to open the hex fast enough, or they could fall back to Singapore. Now they are forced back to Georgetown, and Georgetown is a dead end. So yeah, I can only hope that maybe Italian will lose 2 or 3, maybe 4 days to move for Georgetown and then move out of Georgetown. We will see. Victor here, this was only a block unit. Same situation here, but this block unit can hold. Here's a bombardment. Now the Japanese are stronger. This is only a dot base, some civilians surrendering. Empty bases. The last units from Kunching are now, at least they're running in the right direction, and now I'm back at the road. And yeah, still both units are attacked, so I can maybe save them by airlifting. Tja. Overall, okay turn. These 2 lost Malayan regiments are hurting me because I cannot rebuild the division now. Yeah. Good. Today, air losses for Japan, light. Same for Allies. Yeah, so I was able to kill with my flak this one key 27, and the rest was ops losses. Ships sunk, all very small ships. Two small Dutch tankers lost. One from the US Navy. That's all. Doesn't matter. The cargo, even the cargo ship is too small to really worry about. Ground units, I can maybe do this. Ground units destroyed so far. Maybe by type. So you can see the white stuff I cannot call back. It's lost forever anyway. And there's a lot of civilian stuff destroyed. And nothing really, no military equipment is so far destroyed. What I could call back, the weather station here or whatever this is, that is the base force. I could buy it back, but it's too expensive for the equipment. I have dozens of this kind of base forces later on, so I would not waste money for it. The fixed price of 60 is simply too high. Good. Yeah. Ships coming and going, and I guess I need 1 or maximum 2 more weeks to create my convoy system to protect 90% of my shipping. But there's still some cargo and tankers without escorts, and it is fine, I would say. My heavy cruiser after torpedo hit is returning to Hawaii. 1 hex per pulse, so 2 hexes per day. So it will take 3-4 days to reach a port. Then I can stand down and fix the system damage, and once this is done I can enter Pearl Harbor, because this cruiser has no radar, so I think I can wait now. With this kind of damage I need 1 or 2 months in the shipyard. So maybe I will stand Indianapolis down to wait for the radar upgrade, because this will help me for a night engagement. Good. The rest of Pearl Harbor looks fine. More and more ships are ready to re-enter service. With only 1 carrier ready, Lexington, I think that is simply too little to really play in fight. So, and I also have to first build up an air fleet, because most of my pilots are not really so good. You can see that I have some okay pilots, but many are still fresh. And if I go to the reserve, you can see 20 pilots maybe here in reserve, but this is not enough to really fight an air war. Good. Some submarines still here, but I don't really invest any equipment to really hunt them. This is too early, and I don't have the skills, and I don't have the equipment, ships or aircraft for this kind of job. Nothing here at Australia. There was an enemy destroyer group here. So far I focused still on training and picking up. I think I let them train, because most of the skills are still not really good enough. At least a 50 I won't have. But if there are destroyers here, I maybe need to switch some units again, at least for Navy search now, because I don't want to run into even more enemy units. This is a convoy, or what is left over. You can see there's tons of supplies, but I mean, I have even more supplies at Australia. This is not the issue. 2 ships are in danger of sinking. Well, but they are all standard cargo ships, nothing too special here. I don't send any high value ships to this kind of area without knowing where's the enemy. But getting here 2-3 more thousand supplies would help me, so that I have at least 10,000, maybe even 12,000 supplies would be nice. To build up the base as soon as possible to level 3 each. That would be the minimum I like to have. But if Italian is rushing for Port Moresby, of course I cannot do much, but yeah, we will see. Dutch East Indies, no activity this turn. My submarines are lurking. Enemy fleet is here. Maybe also here. So my Malayan troopers getting defeated. They are now back at Georgetown, and I think one tank unit also moves there. You can see this is a little slow road, but yeah, we will see. And I was too slow to reopen the hex. So maybe 1 or 2 more turns I could save them. Yeah, nothing really in China to discuss. Still no real heavy Japanese build-up. Also no air war against Burma, so my shipping is coming. More and more supplies are arriving, 42,000 tons already, so over 20,000 tons arrive already in Rangoon. And India is also building up, so early in the war there's nothing to discuss. Good, see you next time, take care, bye bye.